Well, hey everybody, it is Friday. It is April 18th, I believe, 2025. I got another spicy product review for you. I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm going to do a spicy ramen review. All right, so I found Totino'S Buffalo Chicken Style. Is that what they're called? Buffalo Style Chicken Pizza. Buffalo Style Chicken Pizza ramen noodles. Okay, so could be a spicy product. It looked just trashy enough and just intriguing enough that I just had to get it. And I didn't know that Totino's, the makers of awful frozen party pizzas and pizza rolls, would have branched into ramen, but they have. So let's check it out. Okay, Totino's Buffalo Style Chicken Pizza. Now I don't know if this is actually supposed to be spicy. It doesn't really say that it is. In no way, shape, or form am I interested in reading the ingredients in this. I'm just going to taste it and see how good or bad it is. So let's check it out. The noodles don't look nice, do they? Here we go. Wow, this is still really hot. You know what? I don't think I'm quite ready to eat this. I don't feel like burning my mouth. I mean, I don't mean from the spice. I don't know. There's a lot of steam coming out of that. And I've already like burned my upper lip and my tongue and different parts of my mouth with like foods that were too hot. So I'm going to pause this until I'm ready to eat it. All right, I believe that this is cooled down to the point where I can actually taste it. All right, let's try it. Here we go. Okay. Now I did what I normally do with ramen, where I put the water level a little bit below the fill line. All right, so the fill line's there. I microwaved it according to the directions. I think it said 2 to 3 minutes, so I did it for 3 minutes. The microwave that I'm using is not particularly powerful, so it shouldn't have overcooked the noodles, but it appeared to have just a little bit. Not to the point where they're unpleasant, but they are a little bit soft. But let me give a rating to the sauce or the broth or whatever you want to call it. I guess it's thick enough to be called a sauce, but thin enough to be called a broth. It's not bad. It's not bad. It has a pretty good, and dare I say, subtle flavor. There's not really that much spice to it, but it's got like that kind of like tangy buffalo flavor, and it's got little chunks of I think red pepper in it. That looks like red pepper, doesn't it? I think that's a little bit of red pepper in there. I like that. Like I said, like the egg noodles or whatever they are, they're just a tiny bit soft, but not bad. I like the little bits of pepper. I like the tanginess of the sauce. I think it's kind of like velvety smooth too, which probably is attributable in some way to me, like, you know, using less water, filling up the water to just below the fill line instead of filling it up to the fill line. Because I find that always leads to like bland, flavorless, overly watery ramen. So you always got to put a little bit below the fill line. Sometimes a lot below if you want a more concentrated broth. I think this is just right. It's not bad. Whatever those noodles are, they kind of just remind me of like the type of noodles that you get in Hamburger Helper. That's what I'm tasting in those noodles, which is fine. Kind of like low rent instant egg noodles. I find myself enjoying the broth. It's just like chicken broth with a little bit of buffalo wing sauce mixed in, watered down a little bit to make it soupy with some red pepper bits, just a little bit of spice. Good velvety texture to the broth. The noodles, yes, they taste like low rent Hamburger Helper egg noodles, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I paid like what, like $1.50 for this? I think it was like $1.50, or maybe even less than that. It could have been low. It could have been like cheaper than $1.50. I can't even remember. But hey, I think it's a worthy purchase. It's a nice little snack. I like it. I certainly like it better than Totino's pizza rolls and Totino's party pizza. They were right to branch into ramen. That ain't bad. I'm going to give that a 6.5. Not bad at all. And I'm going to give it a 1.5 for spice. Not all that spicy, but it's there. It doesn't really advertise itself as spicy, though, so it doesn't get docked any quality points for that. But hey, if you see it at your local Walmart or Kroger or whatever, I say pick it up. It's worth trying.